Mike, turn your games down.
Hi, welcome to a spooky movie episode of Games My Mom Found. I am Mike Albertin, and who's playing a game with me tonight?
I'm Tiffany Albertin, and that's all I got.
This is Joe Butler, and
Hey everybody, this is Kenneth, Sanity, and we have such sights to show you. Welcome to Spooktober, everybody.
Here we are getting our first one done.
yeah.
Oh,
It's
fantastic.
Hey, June, we're recording this, but not when you hear this.
And what a fantastic way to start out Spooktober. We are talking about Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, the sequel to the wonderful Hellraiser that we covered last Spooktober, directed by Tony Randall, screenplay by Peter Atkins, and of course, story by Clive Barker, released September 9th, 1988 at the Toronto Film Festival, but it didn't hit the US until 2 days before Christmas in 1998. This has holiday feel-good written all over it.
Oh, it totally does. I would have went to see it.
Totally
In
does.
88?
Yeah.
Not in 88, you
Is
wouldn't
it
have.
90?
He did, but it's 88.
Did I say
I'm
98?
not in the US.
It's 88.
Oh.
Yeah, it's 88, not 98. I'm
I
sorry.
thought you said 98.
He might have.
Rewind the tapes.
Yeah, we can.
We'll see who's right and wrong, Ken.
And Ken, you made me regret my idea for Spooktober. First shot out of the gun. I'm like, oh no, here we go again.
Thank you. Thank
God,
you.
Yeah, good job, Ken.
At least it's not
Madness.
Terrifier.
It's Terrifier.
Oh, I agree with that. I cannot really stomach these movies very well. Terrifier, whenever they said Terrifier 2, someone like threw up in the theater. I watched that movie and went, oh yeah, I can totally see why someone threw up during this movie.
Is that a Rob Zombie movie?
Nope.
No, it just looks, the cover looks like, I've never seen them and I never will, so we'll leave it at
Now
that.
I want to. I'll wait till October, I guess, when it comes on every streaming service.
I think it already is.
Ooh, where? Tell me.
Give me half a second.
Wow, hey, how about that Hellraiser 2, y'all?
So I'm pretty sure I didn't like the first one either, but that movie took things I didn't like and said, hey Mike, I'm going to raise you 100.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't remember ever seeing this movie. I don't remember if I did or not.
I'm kind of surprised. Like, I knew a Pinhead, like, when I was a child. Like, I knew of this character, even though I never saw any of the movies.
Well, see, that's the interesting thing. Pinhead's always had, like, massive pop culture recognition, and it becomes a problem later in life.
Okay,
But-
what is the plot of this movie?
Oh, the plot of this one is great. It picks up literal, like, an hour after Hellraiser ends.
Mm-hmm.
Kirsty's in a hospital, and she has survived, but there's a sinister doctor, Dr. Chenard, who seems to know more about the puzzle box than he's letting on at first. Suddenly, Kirsty is thrown back into the murderous web that the Cenobites weave, and it's up to her to save a young patient and escape from hell itself.
Well, that was good. Good job.
That was good.
you.
That was good. Do you like just ad-lib these, or do you write them beforehand?
Little A, little B.
I just ad-lib them, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Is that what you call it?
It just comes, whatever comes out of the top of my head at the time when I start talking.
Fair.
I ad-libbed that one.
Well, you love this movie. I mean, this is one of your favorite series. I'm pretty sure.
I do. I have all of them, and I love them.
Did you see the remake one or whatever? The new one?
I did, and I bought that one too.
How was it?
I like it.
It's pretty solid. I liked it too.
Okay, I'll have to watch. I'm really wary of like remakes of older, like my
That's fair.
favorite older movies.
It's different enough. I will tell you this. It's not really like the main plot, but what they do differently from the first movie is probably going to make you mad. And I'll tell you that because it kind of made both me and my husband mad.
Oh.
This movie made me mad, too, for different reasons.
It's okay, me too.
I like the beginning. It's like previously on Hellraiser.
That
Yes.
was cool. I did like how it does a couple of recaps to kind of show you what just happened. And it is cool that it's a direct sequel, that like it is so quickly after the events of one. I did like that.
Yeah, they even hit like you said, they hit you with that last time on Dragon Ball Z type thing. And more movies really should do that.
I keep thinking of Smallville because they did that a lot previously on Smallville.
I had to fill up time. You make 20 episodes a year, you gotta fill up some of that time with bullshit.
You make 20 episodes a year where nothing fucking happens. Of course, you have to fill it with something.
That's it.
No, he fights a bad guy in every episode and prevails in every episode.
Pretty much, almost, yeah.
You want to watch a better version of Smallville, watch the new Superman cartoon. It's actually pretty good.
Okay, I'm down for that.
So Clive Barker, was he involved with this? Okay, yeah, he wrote the story for this one too then?
He wrote the story and he worked with Peter Atkins on the screenplay, but he did not direct it. He had some publishing deadlines that he had to hit and could not devote all the time that he wanted to directing and writing this whole thing. But this is still ultimately his baby. Like, he was very much involved in the script. This hasn't quite gone off the rails yet as a series.
Yeah, when is that?
I was just
4 or 5, I think.
I was just informed by my husband on the way home that one of them takes place in space.
That's the 4th one.
What? Oh, that sounds cool though.
It took Hellraiser 4 movies to get to space, and Jason the Chump took 10.
Right, I was gonna say, wasn't Jason in space?
Yes,
at one
Jason
point?
X.
Hey. But
Hey.
did Jason go to Manhattan before Pinhead? It's a general
I don't
question.
know.
To Manhattan.
Jason went to Toronto or Vancouver, one of them. Because it's supposed to be Manhattan. It's not. It's very Canada.
That's very Canada. Oh, Canada.
Tax breaks. There was a couple interesting things. Like, besides, like, I like the recap. I also realized I really like that actress, Kirsty. I don't know her in anything else or even what her real name is, but I like her character in this.
Character or the actress?
I like the actress, but I don't know I don't know her name.
Ashley
Claire
Lawrence.
Higgins? Oh, not Claire Higgins.
No, Claire Higgins is Julia.
Okay.
Who comes back? What fun!
Ta-da!
Oh.
I didn't expect that.
Can I win that bet? Friday the 13th, Part 8, 1989. Hellraiser 3, 1992.
All right.
But also,
All
there are
right.
more Hellraiser movies on this podcast than there are the Jason movies.
Yeah.
Did we do that?
No,
Oh,
we did the game.
I'll skip that. That one was just kind of like,
I have no interest in them, so it's okay.
Aw.
I know.
I mean, when it comes to horror stuff, it just depends on what
You
people.
don't want to see Kevin Bacon get killed?
I did. We saw the movie once.
Oh, no, I'm
Terrible.
talking about the
So we
goofy
didn't cover
ones.
it? Oh.
Like, Jason X is probably my favorite fucking Friday the 13th movie.
I've seen that a lot.
I've only seen it. You've seen it a lot?
I've seen it a few times.
Why?
I don't know.
You
I just
don't
know I
like-
have. I know, but I've seen it a few times. Don't ask me why. I don't remember.
I just asked you.
I know.
why.
I have no idea. This movie I've never seen. I stayed away from Hellraiser because it always seemed so creepy. And I was right. Because this movie
Mhm.
was way creepier and gorier. And even though, like, I know everything's fake and it doesn't look that real
It
in
looks
2024, it still bothers me.
Probably like
I
the 80s too.
I really beg to differ. I watched this on 4K.
Ooh.
It looks good.
But I think for me, it's where they pull the skin. I was like, eh.
I mean, of course, and you know it's fake, but I don't know. It just,
I don't know. Would childhood Mike know it was fake?
yeah, he'd still be terrified. He knew the dinosaur wasn't eating the guy in the toilet, and he was still terrified of Jurassic Park 1. So, hey, it doesn't matter.
So was our dogs.
No, this movie bothered me a lot. Like, I was like, I want to turn this off and not watch it anymore, but I don't have a choice.
Yes, yes, you're welcome.
Part of it. What does
Yeah,
that say about me?
No. That doesn't say anything because just like Mr. Michaelton, I too have a partner who loves horror movies. Now, I also like horror movies, but my husband absolutely loves all these movies. He's seen every one, just like Mr. Kenneth Sanity. And every once in a while, he'll make me watch them, to which, as I said during the chat, it's really hard to eat while watching these fucking movies.
You can't.
I would have been. What do you mean? I would have been fine.
I was, and then I was done.
I was still eating.
I had a little bit of my tortilla left I made a hamburger helper crunchy taco, and I'm sitting there having a bite, and I'm like, I'm done, and I threw it to the dog.
I think I was like, nom, nom.
I was like, here you go, dog. You eat it. I'm good. I'm done. I lost my appetite after the woman came out of the mattress. So,
It's so fucking cool.
It took
That
you
was-
no, I was broken before that, but when I got to that part, I wanted to turn the movie off. When that guy started cutting himself because the bugs are on him, he's like, I gotta get the bugs, and I'm just like, I want to turn this movie off.
Ken,
Oh,
do you know who
man.
that is?
I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know who the bug guy is. Thank God that creepy, skinless Frank actor actually got to show his real face and do some acting.
Oh, it's the same actor from the first movie?
Yeah.
A different character?
And
Oh,
this
that's cool.
movie.
Well, the body actor.
Yeah, the body actor for like the muscle suit that Frank has,
Oh.
like when he's like skinless.
Oh, that's cool.
That is cool.
Yeah.
And they get
So-
real screen time.
Yeah, it was good to have him have some real screen time.
And-
That scene just bothered me so much.
The
I
bug.
was just grossed out.
I think it was creepy when he's like, here, have this knife, knowing what he was going to do with it.
I mean, the moment you see the Dr. Chenard, you know the guy's a piece of shit. Real quick, when he's operating on somebody's brain, and they're... Well, I mean, I think you have to be conscious for brain surgery sometimes,
I was
Sometimes.
but it was the way... That's not how they do it, in the way that he did it.
What? Oh, no, they opened my...
Yeah, they have you lay down, too, so you can't... Yeah, I've seen
I don't remember
videos.
that part.
But...
I just heard drilling and felt pressure. Similar to this movie.
Hi, everybody. Joe Butler here. I am not a professional doctor, but I'm like 90% sure the only time you're awake for brain surgery is whenever they're testing something. Because I know there's like a TV show thing where they're like poking at a woman's brain, but they're trying to like, I think she has like a twitch or something. And they were basically trying to like kill the brain nerve that like did the twitch, and they did it, so they sewed it back up.
So for my brain surgery, they were putting a map on my brain to see where my seizures came from. So I was partially coherent.
Yeah, I don't want to be coherent for nothing. You're cutting me up and pass me the
I
fuck
didn't
out.
like the like I did like that.
I wouldn't like that either. Hey, good news. If they mess up, you'll probably die very quickly, so...
Mhm.
Oh,
Nah, not with brain stuff. I would be terrified to have brain surgery because
I would be too. I don't
they
want
can
to
just
do it.
fuck you up and you're just screwed for the rest of your life.
Well, I did get an infection, like inside.
Oh, that's fun.
I know. I think that's why I am the way I am today. My brain got infected.
At least it wasn't Were you seeing Dr. Chenard? Didn't tell me? Did this guy look familiar from the movie?
Yeah, he does. Oh my god.
Yeah, you know why he looks familiar, right?
No, I don't know who the actor is.
So, Kenneth Cranham has been a British star of stage and screen and radio from like the late 60s. Probably the one thing that you've definitely seen him in was Hot Fuzz. He
Never seen
played
it.
farm. No.
yeah,
I've
Mike's never seen
it
Hot
either.
Fuzz.
No, we talked about it in last night in Soho, too.
Ken's gonna have a conniption.
Mhm.
I've never
I
seen Hot
could've
Fuzz or
sworn.
the other one after that, but that's it. And then his first movie, which no one talks about. I don't remember, but nobody talks about it.
Oh, the end of the world.
No, not The World End. There's another movie he has that I'm going to figure it out here in seconds, maybe.
So yeah, Ken, he's
A Fistful of Fingers.
I hadn't heard
Oh,
that.
yeah.
The British Western comedy. That one nobody talks about.
But yeah, he was in Hot Fuzz. That's where most of our audience probably knows him from.
I
Okay.
know that. That's cool.
Should really see that one day.
Yeah, you should.
Yes.
What? I said, what is that about?
I don't know.
Cop.
Yep.
Was.
I go into it blind when I do it, so I don't want to know. I just know I know Edgar Wright directed it. Simon Pegg's in it. That's all I need to know.
Okay, cover your ears. Ken, what's that about? Take your earbud out.
So Dr. Chenard is very interested in hearing Kirsty's story because he is very obsessed with the lament configuration, which is the puzzle box. And he brings Julia's mattress to his house. And that leads up to the scene that everybody's been talking about. Julia comes back from the dead, skinless, just like old boy Frank.
Yeah, which I did not care for at all.
I didn't like the makeout scene where she was wrapped in bandages like the Invisible Man.
It's just Hellraiser's a horny horror movie.
A horny horror movie.
It is.
This one is substantially less horny than the first one, though, I think.
This one had tentacles that go after women, and a tentacle goes in a guy's mouth. I don't know about you, but that
What
I don't
have
know.
you been watching?
it's called hentai.
Slash reading.
Also, full offense to this movie, whenever they're making out, you could totally see meat curtain whenever he raises that dress up.
I was not paying enough attention, but all right. F&A.
Watch out for it when you see it next time.
Good job, Claire Higgins. Way to go. Way to go.
No, the guy did a good job. He played a really good villain. Like, you just when you see him in the surgery, and then it is, especially when you see him go downstairs into the maintenance area in quotations, where all the frickin' patients are locked up that are going nuts. Like, you find out how like this is not a good person.
That's where he
even
keeps
before.
these special cases.
I'm assuming that the special cases were they people that had dealt with the boxes before?
No, they were just the ones I think that people were least likely to miss.
Okay. Because there's a few things I found really interesting. One, which I knew was coming because I want to say last year, Ken, you'd mentioned about that we get the origin of Pinhead in this movie.
Yep.
You made a comment about it, and I like that scene. I didn't realize it was 1920s India that he's playing with the box.
Yeah.
Which fits because British was in India for a long time, especially 1920. So
Or Elliot Spencer.
That's not where that takes place.
Like, where'd you get
that's what Wikipedia says. 1920s in India.
Oh,
you got it from the movie? I was like, I missed that
No,
part.
I got it from reading.
what year was the Vietnam War then?
1960s.
1920s. I'll go ask my residents. Hold on.
Huh.
No, you can kind of see that there's a hint to the location being India because there's a pith helmet on Elliot Spencer's bed, and it was like his uniform style was the old style that they used to wear over there in the colonies.
I recognized it. Well, I mean, he's not wrong, is what it was. But I did recognize it when I saw it. I'm like, I didn't know exactly what year, but I'm like, that's pre-World War II for sure. Is that World War I? Like, that's what went through my head when I first saw the helmet. Well, I know this kind of stuff. I like this stuff.
So why didn't you like the movie?
Because I don't like the part where people get ripped apart by hooks.
Well, not every okay, a lot.
Or the guy takes a razor to his skin covered in like diseases.
That's the part where I would have turned the movie off if I was able to.
You would have walked out and been like, "You can finish it." Okay.
Yep.
None of this gore bothers me. No, what was the part where I was like, "Ugh"?
Hereditary.
No. In this movie, I was like, "Ugh." I think it was the something happened with the eyeballs.
I don't remember.
There was a clown juggling his own eyeballs for a while.
Yeah, I think that bothered you when she goes to the carnival land.
Yeah.
I don't know why that bothered you and the other stuff didn't, but hey.
The weirdest things bother me.
We all have our own fears, I guess, and things that bug us. I found out I don't like when people cut themselves with a razor blade or come out of a mattress covered in blood and are made out of muscle. I don't like that.
We should get the name of that phobia.
There's also a part, it's like every horror movie also has a part that ruins the entire movie. Because I can tell you right now, whenever that little girl's in the room with the clown stuff, and she's looking at the mirrors, and there's like a baby with like his mouth sewn shut, I completely lost. I completely lost it. That was so fucking goofy.
I didn't find it goofy. I found this whole movie just disturbing.
I didn't understand the baby. Like, it's clearly just a doll. They didn't even try, but I don't understand.
It is
when you got a
clearly
budget
a doll.
of $12 million, you only do
Is
so
it
much.
supposed to be a doll?
I think it's more to signify
secret.
her muteness, the fact that she won't talk.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah. She says, "Oh shit," and then she doesn't shut up after that.
I mean,
the words just flow out.
To be fair, I really like Tiffany in this.
No, we can't say her name.
Yes, we can. I liked her. I liked the character. I liked this idea of this mute woman or girl because she's younger, and the whole idea is that she was obsessed with puzzles. And I was wondering if maybe she somehow came in contact with the box, or if somehow her mother did, and there's a reason why she's mute. I mean, you find out in the end of the movie near the end of the movie why she's mute, but I thought I liked her. I liked this idea of this woman who does these puzzles, even though I feel like the puzzle box wasn't that hard to put together in the first movie. Maybe I just didn't pay enough attention.
You didn't pay enough.
Well, they didn't really do a lot of it in the first movie. Like, Frank solved it, and then...
Christy put it back together.
Yeah.
But she was literally just, like, twisting stuff and pressing things and...
Like, the hard part was already done for her.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't say she solved it. I would say she just kind of dick around with it. That's kind of why I have a lot of issues with the first movie. For instance, example, because we're talking about the second movie, I want to go in the first movie, but I wasn't there. I have a lot of issues with the first movie, mainly because everything is Julia's fault. I don't know why she didn't just smash fucking Frank's head in with her heel and then call the cops.
Because she wanted that dick.
Yeah.
I guess.
Like, that's literally the only reason she was like, oh yeah, this is a good idea. I love it. She just...
I'll go kill people for you.
Yeah. She wanted to fuck. That's all.
And the movie proved it's not that women can trick men to walk into their death. Hey, another...
Twice.
We've seen a few... Now I have 2 nickels for movies that have done it on this show.
What's the other movie?
Last Night in Soho and Hellraiser 1.
Oh.
Good movie, by the way.
Well, I mean, technically, this one too, because, like, Chenard goes along with her real easy.
Oh, yeah. And he's bringing. I'm assuming all the people that we see in that part are all patients that he had that he just brings in. Okay, time to eat.
Yeah, from the maintenance level.
Okay. Another comment I want to bring up is just the fact that I really enjoyed seeing Pinhead before he becomes Pinhead, and also wasn't it India in the first movie where the guy has the box and offers it to Frank? Oh, it's Morocco. Okay, Morocco's
not close to India.
No, Morocco's in Africa. I'm like, no, they're not that close. Never mind.
To India.
Yeah.
So okay, my theory's shot. I was gonna say like the same area, like this is where the box is, and I mean it does fit. I think Morocco and India both can fit, like especially for the late '80s, that kind of more mysticism area for people. I mean, you had a bit racist is what I mean. To be honest, kind of like Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. I'm pretty sure it's gonna be racist as fuck when I finally rewatch that and talk about it.
No, rose-colored glasses.
That's fine.
I will have rose-colored glasses on.
But it fits what we as Americans and like the culture in general would have thought of like it's countries of those countries in those areas. Like it kind of fits that. So I mean, the more mysticism idea and stuff that.
So what would it be today?
I don't know, but I don't think it would be. I feel like more of the world is much more discovered and much more known, and we have much more ways to transmit data and information. Sometimes wrong information too, but like information.
It'd be Detroit.
Oh,
Detroit.
Yeah,
that's probably accurate. But no, I mean, this is something I was just thinking about. Like, you're picking countries where it would fit the 80s aesthetic of mysticism because
it's a mysterious puzzle box. It just if you're gonna have a killer Rubik's cube, sure, why not? Morocco, India, somewhere there.
I think it fits. I really appreciate it as this movie progresses when you find out that the Doctor is so much involved with the research of these cubes. Like, because it's throughout the movie when they go to his house and his office, like you see all these documentation that he has. This is when you end up where Kirsty gets information that leads to her realizing that Pinhead, what his real name was before and all this other stuff. I thought
How did she get that?
She was just snooping.
And how did she know it was him?
She saw him before.
With pins sticking out of his head?
Yes.
Well, I mean, that's all it is. It's just pins. I'm pretty sure you could probably see it.
I didn't see it.
Hey, some people can see a blue Rob Lowe and know it's Rob Lowe immediately, Tiffany. So, hey, it happens.
Well, it wasn't his voice either. Are you going to explain your
When we were watching Orville a long time ago, Rob Lowe was on that show, and she saw him immediately, and his blue makeup looks nothing like Rob Lowe, and she's like, it's Rob Lowe! And then he opens his mouth, and it was Rob Lowe.
That looks like Rob Lowe. And he's like, how does that look anywhere near like Rob Lowe? I don't know, it did.
So, that's going to be my reasoning for...
That's my proudest.
I mean, people can do... I recognize people, but then again, I've never seen anybody, picture them regularly than pins sticking out of their face, so...
No, I didn't see it. I don't know why. Maybe because...
You met Doug Bradley?
I did meet Doug Bradley. Not the young Doug Bradley.
No, you met an older guy.
He was nice. Oh. Very quiet.
I mean, good actor, though.
Yeah.
So, one thing that's really cool, I'm pretty sure Ken knows. Ken, have you read the Hellraiser comics?
I actually have a lot of the first runs of those.
Yeah, I heard that Julia becomes the main antagonist in the comics.
Julia was always meant to be the main antagonist. Like, that's why, spoiler alert, Pinhead dies in this movie.
What, is he dead?
But Julia's not alive,
No.
is she? Or...
Like, if you're a demon, do you really die?
Yes.
Ultimately, the original plan was, that's
Okay.
how powerful Channard was in his Cenobite form, is that he was able to actually kill the Cenobites. He was basically going to be taking over. And, unfortunately, there was a lot of outcry from the fans who really preferred Pinhead over Julia. So the movies, we got Pinhead, but in the comics, we got Julia.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah, I would have been mad too.
Also, a little bit to that effect too. But then again, it's really whatever because demons can take shape. The actress that also played Julia did not really want to be known as a serial killer skin person, so she's like, no, thank you. I'm okay with also not being the bad guy.
I think that's very fair.
Yeah,
But she does
still
enjoy her
kind of
time.
was a serial killer.
This whole movie is the epitome of just like gay icon culture. Just like whenever Julia walks in and she's just like straight up wearing like a suit covered in blood with like her boobs out.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. I thought that was interesting. Even though, once she got out of the fucking mattress, I was okay. I did not enjoy any of the mattress stuff, though. I was like, this is too much.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. That was a look, and I may have dug it. Whatever.
He's fucking weird. I don't know. I think it was just I was just so put off after the guy cut himself that I was just like, get me out of here.
Oh, look, I saw that done badly. Sorry. He's on Wikipedia.
Yes. I mean, there are some there were a lot of interesting parts to this movie, and also I felt like this movie takes place more in hell than the first one did, which I thought was good and interesting. That it plays so much with her being in the labyrinth in this, like the second half of this movie.
That's a different movie.
Yes. I mean, hey, brown-haired woman running around
In the labyrinth.
We're not having this conversation again.
We had it last time too.
Did we have it last time?
Yes.
I don't remember that.
He listened to the episode.
Oh.
You guys were going on and on about Labyrinth and how the engineer was like the cleaners.
Yes.
Oh, yes!
I was fucking listening to that podcast today, too, and I was like, what the fuck are they talking about? Because I've also never seen The Labyrinth.
You should.
You know we go off the rails a lot, You've recorded with us before.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Especially when I'm here.
Well, this is like
It
one of his
was-
favorite movie series, so maybe
was-
he's more offended.
Very off the way. I'm not offended. I
mean,
just don't want to have that conversation again.
Let's do it.
I wasn't even going to go there because I forgot we went there in the first place.
I did too. I had to every time I saw the labyrinth and the dark-haired girl running. I'm like, we're in the wrong movie. What's going on?
So I want to go back to the Tiffany character.
No, I don't want to go back to the.
I really like her. I don't know. I like the idea. As soon as you see her putting puzzles together, I'm like, well, I know where this is going. Like, I knew what they were going to go, and I just liked it. I like this idea that you have somebody that is just really good at puzzles, and this doctor who is going to then use her, one, because you give a shit about her, and I'm assuming he's aware enough that when you open this puzzle box, shit ain't going to be very nice to you.
See, they don't really go into how much he knows.
Yeah.
The interesting thing is that he does have multiple puzzle cubes.
Yeah.
I was confused by that, because I figured there was only one in the previous movie, but
It never says there is.
No, it's just us assuming because we only see one.
Like, this one is specifically Le Marchand's box. You find out more about the toy maker Le Marchand in the next movie. Or no, the fourth movie.
Because everything after 3 is not canon, maybe.
The fourth movie is the last one that comes to theaters. The rest are direct-to-video.
Okay, then I'm
Correct.
probably wrong then.
The rest are direct to video.
That's
Yeah.
what the internet told me.
Oh, interesting.
And the internet is correct.
Yeah, this series gets Leprechaun to hell, just like Leprechaun.
Except it at least stays interesting.
I will give it that too. Yeah, whenever like my husband told me about the space one, and then like I heard that there was like a video game one and I saw like a clip of it. I'm like, oh, I'm actually kind of excited.
Yep, that's 8. And the fifth Hellraiser is the directorial debut of Scott Derrickson, who would go on to do movies like Sinister, Doctor Strange, but he started with Hellraiser.
You had me.
You got
at
my
Sinister.
attention with the Doctor Strange part there. So, you knew you would.
I always do love like in sequels too. It's wherever that's like, oh well, the first movie had one box, and then you go to this movie, and the look on her face of just like, oh fuck me, there's 3 boxes.
I did like that. I also appreciated the other character, the assistant that helps her, Kyle, because for until he gets murdered.
Yeah.
He doesn't last long. I was a little disappointed.
Well, when he went in the room with all the dead bodies and he sees Julie, I'll be like, man, you really should be heading for that door like now.
Like, I'm kind of pissed at Kirsty because, like, Steve is still alive. Your boyfriend, Steve, is still alive.
That's what I was thinking.
And you're leading on poor Kyle here. Like,
Well, hey, she had to get out of the place, and he had the keys.
Abandoned her. Like, they let him go even though...
Well, they were searching in the building.
He was telling... What?
They were in the house when he gets killed. No, he got taken off in the end of the first movie, and they said he's at some hospital somewhere else, or he's at home, and she's locked up in the hospital.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So why did they let him go?
Yeah.
I'll tell you why.
Her.
Because he's a man, and Kirsty has hysterical woman disease.
Well, and to be fair, it was her parents that are dead in the house. But no,
Yeah.
you still would be taking the man too because he's her boyfriend, which could still give him motive.
And it sounds like he had the same quote unquote delusional story that she did.
Yeah, you think they both be? Yeah, okay. Ken's 100% right. It was the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, it still happens. Okay.
Yeah, I know.
I
But
choose to be.
yeah, but it fits more the 80s theme that we're going for here. Because, it's the 80s.
You wouldn't know. You were only alive for 3 years of that.
I was born in 87. At the point of this movie, I was 1 or 2.
No.
Well, no, this is 88. I was 1.
I was 6, so I would have wanted to watch it.
35-year-old Mike didn't want to watch this movie, okay? Or however old I am. I didn't want to watch this movie anyway.
If my dad would have let me watch it, I would have watched it.
I feel like these are creepier horror movies than a lot of other horror movies. Like, this series is tough for me to watch.
A lot of things are tough for you to watch.
Yes.
These ones are tough to watch. It gets easier, like Joe said.
I agree.
But you're not making it sound in a good way for you guys. Just like, oh, damn it, the goodness goes away.
I think each Hellraiser movie has interesting things to offer.
Did I say 3 was bad? I just thought it was fucking funny.
Like everyone, they do have quality issues. I won't lie, but I think each one is interesting enough, especially 9 and 10.
We're not going to go that far.
Who knows?
Okay.
But like,
Yeah, we
there were a
will.
lot of. I also like a lot of the world building in this one because I had a lot of questions about this world after the first movie, and with this movie, I felt like it tried to give us more. Like it even tried like at one point to make Pinhead not the villain. Essentially, as this movie progresses, where
For,
the
like,
doctor.
30 seconds?
Yeah. But it's sort of like I was just like, this is surprising. Like,
I thought he was going to try and protect her, to be honest with you.
I did too. When you get near the end of this movie, I was a little surprised on that part. But so what I was saying about Tiffany, like with the thing that leads up to her opening the puzzle box, I did like it when the Cenobites come and they're like, she's not the one that actually did it. There are other hands behind this. And I like that they don't just take her because they knew she was tricked to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they sure did it to Kirsty in the first one,
Mm-hmm.
and they let her go.
Yeah.
They tried super hard to let her go either. Like they fucking were like, oh well, we got Frank now, but you're still here, so we'll just go ahead and take you.
I mean, they were going to take her this one too. They make Tom like, you got away last time, you ain't getting away again.
No more deals.
Until she got
Also,
away.
man, if I were her and I walked in that room and I saw the door open to the freaking hell, I'd be like, bye, and I wouldn't be going in hell. I'd be going the other way. Like, we ain't going back in there again.
No, I'd be like, ooh, what's that?
I mean, they give her purpose. Like, they show earlier throughout the movie where she's having hallucinations. But at the same time, the blood is actually on the wall where it says, I'm in hell, help me. Like, and she thinks it's her dad.
I have that picture, and I use it all the time when I'm at work, and I send it to people.
I'm in hell, help me.
Oh, that's fucking great.
Yep.
That is great.
Yes, you would.
Well, I work at Prize Home, so
You work for a Catholic-based company.
it is not Catholic. Presbyterian is not Catholic.
That would be so fucking funny if just like it's just Tiff's at work and it's like, how you doing today, Tiff? And she just pulls up her clipboard. On the back is the picture of Frank.
They'd be like, excuse me, madam, the door is right there. You do not like your kind in this place?
Right? Anyway, talk.
Like a
We're not
240 picture.
That's hilarious, Ken. I completely can see you doing that, too.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. It's on my work computer. It's on my phone. It's
But
always
the world building is so good in here, and like the stuff with the doctor where you like, because it all connects together. The doctor was trying to find a way to get to hell. I'm assuming he wanted power, and that's what he's actually up to, or knowledge.
Yeah.
And he knew that the mattress would bring something out. Like I like that, and with him reviving Julia and sacrificing all these people, and it's not just women; it's just a bunch of people. You just have the one woman near the end. I think it's men too.
Oh, okay. I didn't pay attention.
She wasn't. She just wanted skin. She didn't care where it came from.
Well, Frank had all guys.
Yeah, because she was luring guys back.
I mean, to be fair, she probably could have lured a woman as well.
Yes, but would that have been tolerated in '87 to put it in theaters?
No, probably not. Mm-mm.
But Julia is queer culture, so
Yeah, but I feel like '80s. I feel like '80s were very not nice about stuff like that.
no, they weren't.
No.
So
Also, I'm really concerned with how many bodies, because like, what did Frank get to? Like maybe guy number 3 before he's like, fuck it, just bring my brother
More.
up and we'll skin him.
I think
And,
more
like,
than that.
Well,
I mean,
Julia took like 10 is what I'm saying. Like Frank was nowhere near where Julia was at.
She didn't borrow anybody's skin, though.
That's what I'm saying. So like, I don't think Frank was anywhere near being done. That's why he got done in.
Oh.
Well, also, like in this movie, it shows when they went to the house and they just found dead bodies hidden in the room.
Yep. And just like I said in last year's episode, again, because I went back and listened to it, you were complaining about the smell, and I was like, they probably wouldn't smell if they were like dead body jerky. Well, here you go. They were all dead body jerkies.
Dead body jerky.
So, like I said, and just to clarify for those listeners out there, because this won't come out till later, but the other episode will. I watched I watched the first movie yesterday or Wednesday, and I watched the second one last night. I watched it with my roommate. No, not the roommate who's going to be attacked by a child that he attacked when he was, a couple years ago. I have another roommate that I do the drugs with on the couch and watch movies. And by drugs, I mean weed, which is legal.
Depends on what state you're in.
I said most states. Let's go get a vape pen. I want to get high.
It's legal in our state and his state, just not legal in Texas.
Legal in Ken State? Ken, is it legal where you're at?
I'm in Illinois. Yeah, it's legal.
It's not legal in Wisconsin, though.
It's
Nope.
not? Oh, of
Nope.
course it's not.
It's Wisconsin.
They can't take the
Sucks.
job away from the drug dealer.
Milwaukee wouldn't be okay if you made drugs legal.
They just have to come with a different strain.
Milwaukee, I don't like that place.
In case nobody knows, Mike is from Milwaukee. If
Mike had a bad time there.
If you're like first time listener.
I had a bad time when I was growing up in that city, so I do not like it.
Okay, I'm not even a Packers fan.
Nope, I'm not. I'm a Vikings fan.
Yep.
So here's another comment I want to say, or I have a couple other questions that we're thinking of as I was watching this movie. Later on, as the doctor does go to hell, and when she pushes him into that cell, I was not expecting him to come out and become a Cenobite. I was expecting him just to be sacrificed.
Ultimately, I think that was the plan.
Okay.
But because Chennard was such a bastard man, I think Leviathan was just like, yeah, you can be a Cenobite.
Yeah.
But it seemed like I thought he was maybe being controlled because he has a giant hand on his head that looks like a penis at one point. That's then connected to whatever. That's what I thought. He was just like a puppet. It did. You said it too. There's one part that for some reason looks like a penis.
It does look like a penis.
Because it's supposed to be a penis.
Yes, because this movie's horny. I mean, come on now. You have multiple times with Julia making out with the doctor when she's just muscle, and the part where she has a cigarette, and all I could think about was Ken.
What?
Because that would be Ken. If Ken came back from the dead and he was all muscles, he'd be like, give me a smoke. Am I wrong, Ken?
No.
Okay. I think that'd be about any smoker, but they'd be like, give me a smoke. But you're just muscle. You don't have anything. Give me a smoke.
So it wasn't Mary. You don't need skin to smoke, do you?
No.
Okay.
Well, what if you drop the ash in yourself and burn your muscle? Wouldn't that hurt more?
Oh my. You're I don't know.
I know. But I was just again,
probably get off on it.
This movie just seems very horny again.
Okay. Are you surprised?
No, I'm not surprised. I mean, I still say that one of the Cenobites looks like a fucking penis head.
Yeah.
Which one?
What? Butterball?
Butterball, yeah.
Yeah.
The fat boy?
That was a cool scene when he gets killed, and then you see that it was a large, heavy-set man.
Yeah.
That was cool.
I was sad about the kid, or was he just a small guy?
No,
that was a kid.
That was a kid.
Yeah, I was like, oh no, there's a child here.
I mean, all the Cenobites are people that found the boxes, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
And they
Still, that's
chose to become Cenobites?
I don't think you have a choice.
They chose to open the box, but I don't, like Mike said, I don't think you really get a choice because, I don't know. Elliot Spencer didn't look like he was really digging on that choice all the time. Like some of the times he did.
I mean, it was cool because I remembered when we did the first one that you were a fan of the Chitterer.
Oh, Chatterer. That's my boy.
Okay, I was right. And I mean, that was cool when you first see the doctor kill the woman, and all of a sudden she hits the ground and it's a human. It
Look.
was a good moment.
His look for this one though.
There was supposed
go ahead.
there's supposed to be a scene for it too, apparently, and they cut it.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a lot of stuff that was cut.
I hate that. It probably would have been a better storytelling movie.
I mean, I thought the movie told a decent story of...
I know, but sometimes they leave out key parts.
Yeah, no, I can get that. I mean, story-wise, I liked the movie. If it didn't have the gore, I would have liked the movie.
Oh, I don't understand how the Cenobites die so easily. Like, it's just, boom, in the head, in the chest, you're dead.
Because Chennard is more powerful than them.
Well, he's also connected to the god, Leviathan. I'm assuming that's what the hand... I'm assuming that's who that hand penis thing was connected to.
The penis rope?
Yeah. I mean, that's how I took it, that it was connected to the god, that. And that's why he has so much power. Like, when he does confront Pinhead, and Pinhead shoots all the hooks at him, and he just breaks them off with the tentacles that come out of his hands.
That's right. And fingers. And
to me, again, this really
whatever.
felt like somebody who's watching Japanese hentai, and they're like, oh, I got ideas, guys. I got ideas.
And it got greenlit.
I mean,
Well, this movie was greenlit before the first one even came out.
But did they have like the script and the story?
No,
Okay.
but New World Pictures was like, yeah, we want a sequel.
I mean, I was wrong. I don't know what the budget for this movie was. I just know the box office was $12 million. It doesn't have the
In the
budget on here.
80s?
Yeah.
Well, that's pretty good. That's actually.
I mean, I'm betting this movie was not expensive to make.
No, it had practical effects aren't as expensive as CGI, so.
And like, there's a couple different versions of this movie out there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, like there's a rated R version, which was what came out here, and then there's the unrated version, which it's just a little more gore.
Ooh, that's so sad.
I'm never watching this again.
Like the scene with Chenard's head getting ripped off at the end, more graphic in the extended version.
Okay.
Is there a porn version?
We talked about that last episode too.
I don't remember that.
It was a porn parody.
Oh, that's right.
I don't remember either, but I'm not surprised.
Go back and listen to that episode, folks. It's a great episode.
I don't listen to episodes I'm on. Nor
You
do
said it wrong, babe. You don't
nor
listen to
do-
episodes I create. General.
That you're on. Check say that you're on.
This is every single one.
I know.
Yeah.
I don't do that.
No, and you will actually see that in the show notes. First movie episode will be in the show notes. So if you want to hear that quickly, you can just click on the show notes.
That's just how we're rehashing everything that we don't remember we said.
That's what's great when you do these a year later. You don't remember what the fuck happened.
Man, we should have started this with the last time on Games My Mom Found.
We should
I
have
just played the old episode. Like, there you go.
Yeah.
Play it for us. Go, oh, that's what we
previously on
said.
Games My Mom Found. We
There's-
discussed Hellraiser 1.
No. It's gonna be it's like Family Guy on the where like when it got canceled and it came back where there's a bunch of stuff that doesn't happen. There's like Mike hanging off the edge and he's like, "Don't let go of me." And Tiff's just like, "Who are you?" And Ken's like, "There's only one way to figure this out." And then we have like one line of dialogue from like that doesn't have anything to do with the movie from the previous recording.
Perfect.
Amazing.
I could not have possibly laid that out any better.
I was surprised. So my prediction coming into this movie,
What happened?
my prediction coming into this movie was that nobody was coming out of this movie alive. I was expecting no final girls in this movie.
Always a final girl, isn't there?
I mean,
No.
No?
just to me, Hellraiser feels like something where people don't make out of the movie because the villain is kind of the star.
Well, killed. So.
Yes, he did.
Like
But he's in
that,
the movie.
Woohoo, huzzah.
that's a good thought process. Hold on to that.
Okay. I mean, it just, these movies feel more vicious to its characters than some of the other classic horror movies that, not many, but some that I've watched before.
Because they're slashers. I wouldn't categorize this as a slasher.
No, this is not a slasher at all. This is straight up more horror movie. I guess that's really all I have watched is some slasher, like
I mean,
Scream.
even Freddy, I would consider a slasher movie.
Okay.
No, you wouldn't? Okay.
I mean, maybe.
But this is a very different type of horror than all of those movies.
Yeah.
This is a darker horror movie that really, like, I feel like throws in some questions of things, like the whole idea of this god being in the underworld. I mean, it's just everything. The fact that, like, if all the characters died, I wouldn't have been surprised. Like, I really thought there was no way Kirsty was walking out of this movie. I was like, that character's dead.
I thought it would just be Tiffany.
I did too later on.
Like, she'd just be walking out holding a puzzle.
Well, I mean,
Like, holding the puzzle box.
in the first movie, the way that Kirsty gets rid of the Cenobites is she puts the box together and then pushes the box, and that's what gets rid of them. But in this movie, they take the box and they transform it from the box to like a crystal-looking thingy. And then Julia takes it, and it takes a while before they go and get it back because Tiffany put it together. She has to put the box back together to end this nightmare, which she does. And then I think that's what ends up killing Leviathan. It seemed like Leviathan is dying, but I'm pretty sure that God is not dying. So
Sealed away, probably.
It's just changing.
Looks like the Eye of Sauron.
But don't forget, probably my favorite part of this whole movie, which comes in two sequences. They're trying to escape, and Julia gets sucked out of her fucking skin.
How? Okay, how? How does that happen?
Movie magic.
Yeah.
I was like, her skin just came off. What just happened?
my guess is over time it was starting to rot away. That's what I took it as.
Okay, I feel like it would have ripped differently. It split down her back. Like
they
somebody was
they didn't
like-
do a very good job putting it on.
Okay, she didn't sew up.
She didn't
the
cinch her waist. How about that? Or put on wig glue. I don't. I mean, it was creative. It was fucking gross.
Her nails and everything. I like how her nails grew back. By the way,
Fucking gross when it happened.
perfect
So hey,
manicure. All you gotta do is be skinless to get the perfect man.
I wouldn't put Dr. Chenard as the perfect man. A
It
man
said
who.
manicure.
Oh, okay. I thought you said perfect man. I'm like, this ain't the perfect man. This guy is just
Manicure.
murdering people in his basement.
Yeah, but at least he has a hobby.
Yeah.
Chained up
We're
people.
like, yeah.
Chained up people in his room and then sacrifice them to his new woman that he brought out of a mattress. Yeah. Okay, that can be a hobby.
Well, he could just be sitting in front of his computer playing video games and recording podcasts.
But hey,
all
no one's
day.
hurt.
Whoa.
So you mean you
Hold
want me
on.
to become a serial killer instead, babe? That what you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, and let me help you.
That's the plot of a JoJo TV show.
God. Cool, I've never been evidenced before, thanks.
No.
Oh, we're
you're
talking about I was
accessories.
never here.
You're accessories now.
Also, so I was listening to the previous episode podcast. I do think it's funny that y'all bring up like the whole, oh, Frank got in the dad's skin suit and somehow managed to puppet him and talk like the dad. Even weirder, Christy puts on the Julia skin suit and somehow also manages to talk like her stepmother.
It's full circle, man.
That was a good scene when
Yeah, it was.
because you have fake Julia kills the doctor and I'm like, what? And I remember Tiff, you got mad when the arm rips off. You're like, they just put blood on her skin. This is fake. Like, come on now, you guys. You didn't even try.
I
and then-
didn't click on what was happening.
I didn't either. And then you find out it's Kirsty just put on the skin suit and then takes it off and it's covered in blood. Well, obviously, yes, covered in blood because you just put on fucking somebody else's skin.
Because I was like, wow, we got really lazy with this one, guys.
But that also means that Kirsty made out with the Chenard Cenobite
Yeah.
for an
that's fair.
uncomfortable length of time.
Hey,
Right.
what better way to trick a man than kiss him before you stab him in the back?
Mhm.
I mean, hey,
Pretty sure every female murderer did that.
I mean, in this case, it worked. It worked perfectly. You distract the idiot and you kill him. He
I
deserved
said-
it.
I bet he tasted awful.
I'm sure.
Probably.
Probably like penis.
Well, I mean, they did have a tentacle shoved in his mouth when he's put into the cell. So, hey, you know, I mean, they had that moment. I'm like, movie, let's see what you're doing there.
Whose phone was that?
My wife's.
Oh. I was going to say, Ken, you have a Pikachu ringtone? What the hell?
No. No, my ringtone is much worse.
What's wrong with Pikachu?
It's just a beep. Like, I don't have a clever ringtone. But, like, you keep saying Kirsty killed Chenard, and I don't think so. I think that Chenard got killed by Leviathan because Chenard got weak for Julia for that moment.
He was no
That's
longer
fair.
Used for him, so he killed him.
I think that's a very fair comment.
And Leviathan was like, man, this dude's a bitch too. Fuck off.
I mean, the idea that he was no longer useful.
Yeah.
I mean, plus they were failing. They weren't succeeding at what they were supposed to be doing, and he already got the soul. And Julia does make a comment that what she's doing is she's supposed to bring souls to Leviathan.
Yeah, she brought soul. She failed too.
I mean, she did get killed too, so she got sucked into the vortex.
I don't know. I really wish Julia could have been around more.
I do too.
I like Julia.
I don't blame her for wanting to be done because I can see that being an issue for an actor, especially in the 80s, where like I'm not going to get parts because of this.
Why? Because you were naked in a skin suit, or you looked like
Because
you
you're
were
in a horror
naked?
movie and it's less. I just feel like I could see it being a thing against
Yeah,
women in the 80s.
It's also the 80s, so it's one of the things too where like if you stick with something or have one bad movie, your career's fucking done. Give an example, Surf Ninjas.
I need to watch that.
No, you don't.
I can watch it by myself.
You can.
I should watch it with you.
You weren't home and I was eating Little Caesars, which I did
You
not
need
do
to
in this
watch
movie.
it.
so.
Well, oh,
Man,
I
you can't
think
eat during.
I said-
I couldn't eat anything during this movie. I watched something else when I went to finish the rest of this movie because I watched this in 2 different nights. I was like, I'm going to eat first, then watch the movie.
Yeah, he ate Taco Bell first.
Wasn't even talking about watching this movie. You crazy? Like I'm like,
Did both of you have a hard time eating with this movie? I had no problem.
I was eating brats when I was watching this, so it was kind of a whole deal of, oh wow, I sure have something meaty and phallic shaped in my mouth. I don't think I should keep watching this and eating.
what's wrong? They had meaty phallic shaped stuff in their mouths too sometimes, and it wasn't even a porno.
Malthus.
Mouth
Did you-
is. Also, doubly back on that, I didn't say Surf Movie was a bad movie. I'm just saying people thought it was a bad movie, and it ruined so. it's ruined someone's career. So that's what I mean by that.
It did ruin someone's career.
Sadly.
Bad.
Yeah.
He
This movie
deserved
didn't.
better.
I don't think this. I mean, this movie made Doug Bradley's career. I mean, all these did.
Did he? What else did he play in? Not much.
Not really.
It's okay.
He did more. He did a bunch of. He did a lot of Hellraiser movies.
Yeah.
That his main career is being Pinhead in Hellraiser.
But like he was a stage actor.
Yeah. Oh
Like,
yeah,
he-
that's right. He was.
He does stuff. Like he gets around. And he
That's good.
plays things other than Pinhead, but he is involved with a lot of horror.
And he just had roles. He did 3 movies that came out in 2022. My guess is because they were filmed earlier before the end of the world. So
What are they?
I don't know.
I need to watch a non-Pinhead Doug Bradley movie.
Here you go. Corrective Measures. It has Bruce Willis in it. Looks like. Yeah. So and
Joe?
Michael Rooker.
Joe, I'm mad at you.
Wow, what I do?
Why didn't you tell me that Doug Bradley was in Gotham Knights?
He is?
Yeah.
Oh,
See.
we're
Plays
like he
Joe
is.
Chill.
Oh shit! Really?
Yeah.
That's badass. I didn't beat that.
I already know you. Neither of you want to watch that show nor talk about it. So.
Oh, the
Mhm.
TV show or the game?
Yeah,
You
the
said
TV show.
The TV show.
Oh yeah. I don't.
TV show?
I don't want to.
Yeah, it went 13 episodes and got canceled.
What are you talking about? I already gave you a reason to watch that show, Ken. Fucking
No.
Castiel is fucking Two-Face.
Enough.
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 I don't want to be that meme from The Godfather and just be like, look how they massacred my boy.
And that Two-Face is fucking ugly.
I mean,
You're not
it is
wrong.
Two-Face character.
No. There's a good way to make Two-Face. In fact, they've made 2 okay Two-Faces. 4 faces. But that Castiel Two-Face is almost as bad as the Gotham Joker. And my God, that Gotham Joker is awful.
I never got that far.
Good.
No idea. I've seen pictures on the internet. So I know what he's talking about, but I never gotten far enough to actually.
Give me 5 seconds. I will
I don't want to.
send it to the group chat. Tiff, you can see it and then be mad.
And then you got tired of it and we stopped.
Okay, look up the picture. I want to see.
He's sending it.
Oh, he is okay.
I do have a couple last things I do want to
How did I
say.
get mad?
I don't know. You didn't like the show. A couple last things to say about this film that I'm kind of thinking of. Like I did like that they survive. I like the setting is just much cooler in this. Like you do have a brief scene where you see how Pinhead is created, how the nails are hammered into his head. Like there's some cool little moments like that. And then when Kirsty is in hell and she ends up running into Pinhead and she gives him the photo, and like before he's killed, you see him turn back to a human. I thought that was really cool too. I mean, just Doug Bradley without the makeup, but it was cool. It was a cool moment.
I'm glad they at least put Doug Bradley out of the makeup because I think they said too the other actors, whenever they turned from a Cenobite to a human, that was not their original actors.
Yeah.
I want to know how like the other 2 Cenobites got the way they were. Not the girl. She's too similar to Pinhead.
My guess is somehow the box ended up in their possession and they opened the box.
I know, but you know how you said it shows.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see more.
I want to see that. I want to see how you created the Cenobite.
Do the other ones come back or they're gone?
They're gone.
No.
No? Okay, cool. I'm glad I'm wrong.
No, like they show up in different regards. There's new Cenobites that come along too. I think Chatter is pretty constant though.
Like the chatter.
I did too.
There's a couple different female Cenobites. There's one that has CDs.
What?
We don't
Yeah.
talk about those Cenobites, so
Like there's some wild and wacky Cenobites out there, and there's some really cool ones too.
Mhm.
So like,
I mean, the Cenobites really do ride that line of sexy scary somehow.
and in the newest Hellraiser, the reboot on Hulu, yeah, they ride that line all right.
Mhm.
They straddle that line a lot.
Did they ever come out with the... I saw pictures floating around that there's going to be a female Pinhead for the new one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is? Oh, I'm excited. Now I will gotta get Hulu.
That's the one in 2022 that came out.
Yep.
What did you think I was talking about?
Mhm.
It's on Hulu. Go watch it now.
I need Hulu. Let's get the Disney bundle pack.
I didn't want to get rid of Disney Plus, not add more to it.
Now, to be fair, I recommend waiting. Apparently, the theory is that they're going to add more to that package. So now it's going to be like, it's supposed to be Hulu, Disney, I think Peacock or Paramount.
And Max.
Let's wait
Yeah.
for that then.
I am, but
Okay.
I don't understand.
Just
that's
get
stupid.
cable. It's gonna be cheaper.
Yeah, we're getting there. We're working on it.
Yep.
And everything with ads. You know what? I can handle ads if they're not too long and you let me watch what I want to watch.
I
I'll live
don't
with
want
it.
cable. Bridgerton is not on cable. It is on Netflix.
I mean, I do want to say that this movie got me interested to watch more Hellraiser, even though I did not have a good time with this movie. I am curious to see more. At least 3 and 4.
Okay.
I don't know if I'm ready for all the direct-to-video stuff.
The direct-to-video ones are also much tamer. It's more about the goofiness of the goofy shit that they do. So,
And there are some cool things that they do in those direct-to-video ones.
I mean, the whole reason I want to watch the third one is because Jadzia Dax, the actress, is in that from Deep Space Nine, Terry Farrell.
Of course.
So I'm all in on that one. That's the one, I was like, Terry Farrell, we're watching this one at some point.
Anybody that's been in anything Star Trek, he's all for.
And then you gotta watch 4 because space.
I am curious to see what that does. As the movies progress, do I get more world building, like what's going on in this crazy ass place?
Oh yeah,
Yes and
4
no.
functions as a prequel and a sequel.
also Terry Farrell's the main character in the third movie. So,
Okay, I'm on board then. I want to go back to what I was saying. Like before this movie ended, like when they are getting out of the labyrinth, I really expected Kirsty to sacrifice herself to save Tiffany and get swept away. Oh, and one thing we forgot to talk about is when because she earlier she saw the hallucinations of the writing on the wall, or Ken at work when he's having a bad day.
Yep.
And when she does get to hell and she find out it's Frank writing her the letters, he's the one that was sending her the messages.
Yeah, she thought it was Daddy, but it wasn't.
I mean, he wanted to be daddy again. He's like, I'll be your daddy. The fucking A, Frank.
Just glad he didn't say it.
You see it that he's about to rape her. Like, that's what he's up to. Like, until Julia kills him or lights him on fire. Or no, what does Julia do? Julia does something.
Julia rips his heart out through his back.
yeah, Christy sets him on fire.
Okay, I did like how his hell was. He's like, all these women want me, but I can't touch them because when I reach for them, they disappear.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
That was his hell.
I like
Yeah, that's fun.
That's fun.
I do like that.
It was cool, and it was an interesting thing to have, and a nice throwback. Like this movie felt like a very nice sequel to Hellraiser 1. The fact that it takes place right after, just everything meshed well. Like when I was reading the description, because I didn't watch any trailers to this movie. I mean, I knew enough what I was getting myself into. Unfortunately,
Are you sure?
I knew enough. I was not. But like seeing the description that I read on Amazon Prime right before we started the movies, it said this movie is gorier than the first one and tops the first one, something like that nature. And I was like, oh great, the things that I don't in a movie. Thanks, movie. I didn't want more horror, but I mean the story and the world building is all very enjoyable for me, and I was impressed with that I'm curious enough in this world that I want more, at least of the world. I didn't really understand the ending because after you have Kirsty and Tiffany walk off and they leave,
Walk off into the sun.
and then you have these people who are coming in who are cleaning Dr. Chenard's house and they find the bloody mattress.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy gets sucked into it, and then a pillar comes out. I didn't understand that.
That pillar will come in handy later.
Do you also want to tell him a thing about the mover, Ken?
Sure, please.
No, you can tell him.
The mover that gets his whole like top half eaten is the same mover from the first movie that was checking out both Julia and his daughter.
Oh,
Yep.
Wow.
Yes,
Okay.
full circle.
Full circle. I love the attention to those little details.
I mean,
love that.
that's one of the things that I thought was really unique about these movies is that they are such a sequel to each other and that it fits like a puzzle. Like, that is cool.
Ooh.
I do like that. I can't believe Kirsty walked out of this movie alive, but that was cool.
My favorite part of her walking out of this movie alive is when they're running away from like the middle of the Leviathan or whatever, and she's in Julia's dress and she's just hauling ass in that fucking dress.
You mean the skin?
No, when the skin peeled away, she was still wearing the dress, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Oh,
Somehow, you know.
Which I mean,
Which is
she probably got in the skin naked, which is even more disgusting.
yeah.
Oh man, there's a whole lot to unpack there.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't wanna.
I don't want.
But like the last thing you hear is a face in the pillar says, "What's your pleasure, sir?"
Yeah, it's the cricket eater homeless guy from the last movie.
I did not remember him at all.
Yeah.
Well, isn't it implied that's also the guy who sells the puzzle box in Malaysia too?
Yep. That's his exact same voice.
Oh, it was the guy that like bursts into disappears at one point in the movie or something. The first one.
Yeah, he turns into like that bone dragon.
Okay, I vaguely remember this now that you mention it. Okay, that makes more sense. I was just really confused. Like, I'm like, who the hell is this face? And were the other faces on the pillar supposed to be the Cenobites that died in this movie, right? Is this what it looked like?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's Pinhead, and then there's supposed to be Julia, who's licking her teeth, and then there's the baby who's sewing its mouth shut. And I believe you see a what's that official name for that, Ken?
The what?
The which
lament,
one?
the lament configuration.
Yes.
Yes, you see a lament configuration. You see Pinhead, and then you see the homeless cricket face guy.
Okay. Oh, there's one other scene I didn't mention that I wanted to bring up. Is you also have some flashbacks where you see how Tiffany's mother brought her to the hospital, and Dr. Chenard, I think, just killed her in front of Tiffany, and then started operating on her, and that's why she's the way she is, and that's why she's mute.
Yeah. Chenard killed the mom. I'm pretty sure it's because he was like, I can use her puzzles to my advantage and get this thing open. I can't do that if the mom's around. Well, I've killed enough in the past. What's one more?
We'll add to the skin pile.
I mean, you know, a lot of people.
Add to the skin pile. I love that phrase. I'm going to try to use that whenever possible.
Same.
You're welcome.
I don't like you people anymore. You sick bastards.
Cam, what you do at work today? Oh, just pushing papers around, added to the skin pile.
God damn, that's a good one. God damn.
I love it. I love it.
I know nothing about Clive Barker, but he was a pretty famous storyteller, right, for horror stuff.
At the time of Hellraiser, not really.
Okay.
But now, yes, he is one of the most respected name in horror literature and movies.
Okay. He also has a game called Clive Barker's Jericho, which I've never played but bought 3 times.
Yes, he also has Clive Barker's Undying.
I don't know what that is.
Another horror game.
Okay. Right.
But he's done a lot of stuff.
Okay.
A lot.
I mean, it's interesting. So, does he write a lot of the other movies too, or did he eventually get kicked off?
I think he was executive producer on 4, which was Hellraiser Bloodline.
Okay.
And I think that was the last one.
The remake has his blessing as well. He said that he saw it and he very much enjoyed it.
Wonderful.
Apparently, the Hellraiser 2022 is based on the novella The Hellbound Heart.
Yes, much closer to the book than even the first Hellraiser was.
Okay, yeah, because the first one, they're all kind of based on the book, huh?
There's only one book, The Hellbound Heart.
Wow, I figured there'd be more.
Well, there is another book way later called The Scarlet Gospels that does pick up the story of Pinhead and puts them together with another Clive Barker character, Harry D'Amour, who is the main character in the Clive Barker movie Lord of Illusions, which I absolutely love and we should cover.
Okay. And no, he didn't. He made a few games, actually.
Yeah.
But not... Jericho was the last one, and the Undying one I just found that you're talking about, but I can't tell what system it was released for. Oh, PC. That's why I never knew of it. Okay. I wasn't a big PC gamer until recently.
Fair enough.
Trying to change that. I have changed that, but okay. Any last things to say about this movie before we go into Shelf Stacker Box?
I think we're good.
Okay. Pretty good.
I'll go first. Let's go in the fucking box. This movie, I did not enjoy it. I'm glad I saw it because because I need to see movies that are outside my comfort zone in my house for a recording.
And would you have been more scared if it was in the theater?
I wouldn't see it in the theater.
Why not?
I don't like horror movies in the theater. They're scary.
If it comes back, I'm going to see that all by myself.
You can go all by yourself. You can go take someone else you know too. You have friends that will go with you. I ain't going. I might. Okay, you see me at horror movies in the house. You don't have any idea how terrified and upset Mike will be sitting in that chair in the dark with a giant screen playing a horror movie where he just like, get me out of here.
We went to see The Exorcist.
Yes, and Mike contemplated leaving. It was a good movie, but it wasn't that scary. This would have been gory and bothered me a lot more, and I'm assuming the 2022 one would have really bothered me.
No, 2022 one's actually pretty okay too. As much as I agree with you, Mike, with the whole like gore thing, I watched 2022, had a perfectly fine time. It's a lot less gore, but the story is a lot better too. I will admit, a lot of the effects are really
curious.
Good too.
Like, as much as I say this is going to the box and I won't watch it again, I am curious to see more of this franchise just because it's one. When I was a teenager, I went through my phase where I'm like, I want to see horror movies because I'm getting older. I'm a teenager Mike now. And I watched all the Nightmare on Elm Street movies besides New Nightmare. Like, I was trying to make an effort to watch horror movies. I watched a bunch of the Alien movies, which I was scared of too, like, at least, and I'm like, wow, these aren't scary. Except for, first one's fucking great. But, like, I was trying to make an effort to watch movies that were outside my comfort zone. And this was a series I remember seeing at Blockbuster. Remember those kids? And I just never got around. And this is something that it kept me away. And because of Ken, I'm finally experiencing the series. Am I enjoying it? But I'm experiencing it. Because Pinhead has been something that's always been around. Like, I've seen figures of him. I remember when I was a kid and used to go to a comic book toy store, and I would see figures of this in the early 2000s. I'm like, I know nothing about it. I just know what it's from. So it's kind of nice to have some knowledge of this franchise for the first time. So still going in the box, but it was something that I needed to experience in my life. What about you, Tiffany?
Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm gonna put it. Wait, how's it go? Shelf, stack, or box?
First time on the show, babe?
Yeah, it is.
Okay. Shelf means something you love. Stack means something in the middle. Box means something you dislike.
You were just talking so long, I zoned out.
That's fair.
I think I would do the stack because I would watch it again.
Yes,
Maybe
you would.
Without my husband, but it wouldn't be like... he gave a thumbs up. But it wouldn't be like a staple of mine. I'd want to watch it over and over again.
I would have turned off this movie. Just like Hellraiser 1, we watched it randomly, and you were like, I don't want to watch it. I'm like, good. I turned off immediately. Same thing would have happened here. It wasn't for damn Ken.
Thank you, Ken.
Damn it, Ken. And Joe, what about you?
So I will go ahead and have to say that I will put this in the stack. I am definitely not reading a card written to me by my partner where if I do not say if I stack it, there is a bomb attached to my genitalia that will blow up if I put it anywhere lower.
Does he not know the shelf is the best?
He knows I don't like this movie, so he said bare minimum stack.
Oh. Bare minimum stack.
So was this movie any better while you were high?
No, it actually made it worse. I fucking hate this fucking movie.
Oh, let's watch it while we're high now. And then Mike could be like, ah!
To be fair, super don't take the movie seriously because you have all the goofy gross shit along with the fucking like the gory stuff. So like seeing like what is it, Julia rip the like bandages off and like be completely like long haired and different is like totally goofy. So
yeah, I just don't need to see it again.
Don't worry, it's on the show. It's on the stack.
I'll see Hellraiser 3. That's my next thing. I don't know. I ain't going backward. I'm going forward.
No, because we'll have to rewatch them.
I ain't rewatching any of them. You crazy? I'm just watching each one, then I forget they exist, and we go on to the next one. And I saved the best for last on purpose. And Ken, what about you?
Wow, Joe. Sorry.
I mean, he knew I was gonna stack it.
I thought you were gonna box.
It's obviously going to be on the shelf for me. Like, there's going to come a point where a Hellraiser movie isn't on the shelf, but that is not today. Like, I'm looking at my Hellraiser set right now that is currently sitting on my shelf. My very nice, impressive 4K Blu-ray box set of the first 4 Hellraiser movies. And
oh, just the first 4?
Yeah, just the first 4.
I thought it would have been more of them.
Once it starts getting into the other movies, the rights get weird. Like different studios and different people own the rights, and Clive Barker's not really involved anymore, and they get weird.
Oh, and by the way, if you type in Hellraiser Blu-ray, the first thing that popped up was a Temu ad to sell me Hellraiser signs for $4.
Oh, let's get one of those.
So, yeah, that's fucking Temu.
I like Temu.
Yeah, just weird.
I want one of those boxes.
I do not.
I was considering buying them. They're only $10 now. They were like $25. Oh, Tiffany's gonna buy one. Just got a dirty look.
Yes, you did. They're like, what's your pleasure?
My husband wants to talk to you.
So you don't need a box.
Yes, I do.
Hey, you met the actually. The funny thing is, like, part of it, like, the reason why I even had more interest in this movie is because, like, I forgot these movies existed until you met the actor randomly at a convention. That's what led to it all. And then Ken wanting to talk about Hellraiser. That's how we got here. So Ken, a quick question before we wrap this up. Where do you rate this movie? This better than 1 or 2? What do you want to like more, 1 or 2?
See, it's hard for me to divorce these two.
Okay.
Because they're literally minutes apart.
Yeah, no, that's fair.
So it's like one big movie.
Yeah,
no, that's completely fair.
It's a better sequel. It's like how most movies have better sequels. Shrek 2, Spider-Man 2. This is also the 2 sequel, better, whatever. You can't say it's better just because it isn't. It's because it's a sequel.
Is 3 very much a sequel to this?
Yes.
Like,
kinda.
Okay.
Like, Kirsty's not in it. I'm sorry.
No, I saw that when I looked at the cast.
But, like, that pillar that pops up at the end after the mattress sacrifices that guy, that is critical to 3.
Okay. Because I know 3 is called Hell on Earth.
Yes.
Oh, so
Yes.
they'll invade the Earth.
That's what I'm assuming based on that.
You'd assume correct.
Okay.
That's fun. Let's watch number 3 now.
We might.
And 4 is the explanation of what the boxes are, right, Ken?
Yep.
God damn it.
It
I'm interested
explains
more.
the history of the box before and after Hellraiser 1 through 3.
Okay. I'm somewhat curious now.
No, you are. We have to watch it.
No, I watched the first 4. I just can't guarantee I'll go much farther than 4.
I want to watch the newer one, though.
I kind of
No.
do too, actually. Which
No.
I don't know how I feel about that.
If anything, can we watch the one where it's also a video game? That sounds fucking hilarious.
It's
Ken,
not,
after
but
4,
that's-
do you need to watch them in order, or it doesn't matter at that point?
No, it doesn't matter at that point.
Okay.
But the one with the video game, that's the one that Henry Cavill's in.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Oh, God.
I'm interested in
Yeah.
that. I like Henry Cavill. You just upset because he's not your Superman.
Yes.
Did you ever watch Parks and Rec?
No.
Park at
Kind
all?
of.
Adam Scott. We know who Adam Scott is.
No. We're all like,
Well,
I'm not sure if he wants to be friends.
his first major role was in Hellraiser 4.
Okay.
Oh, Adam Scott. Yeah, I know Adam Scott.
Yeah.
I still don't know him.
So, like, these movies bring around some good stuff. And, you know, people get their breaks in Hellraiser movies.
Okay, nothing
Not
wrong with that.
always. Not always. But,
Not always, but a lot.
yeah. So, I really do think that every Hellraiser movie has something fun to offer.
I mean, I don't remember the rest, but I agree.
You've never seen any of the rest.
I don't think I have.
Which I'm also surprised that, I know that guy now. Adam Scott. Joe just posted a picture.
Yep.
I recognize him. He was Ben Parker, wasn't he, right?
He is Ben Parker. God
Yes, he is.
damn it!
To be fair, that when I planned this movie, I was like, what can I do to fill really quick? And Madam Web crossed my desk. I was like, Joe would do this with me. But then I went with this instead. I don't know what would have been
Did
worse.
you see him?
So, no, we didn't see it. You were curious, but not curious enough to actually go to the theater.
No, because I was tired of watching Marvel superhero movies.
Good news, it's not a Marvel superhero movie. It's a Sony Marvel superhero movie. Does that count any better?
Still in the Marvel universe.
No, it's not.
Kinda.
It's in the Sony universe.
Well, whatever. It's Marvel characters.
Nope.
You are correct. All right, I think that's enough. Let's wrap up this episode. And as we said at the top of the episode, this is the first spooky thing you get. You get 2 months, bitch, of spooky stuff coming up your way.
No.
I had to get at least one of them in there, Ken. You know that. I've been saving it. So I don't know what's coming at the moment because I have not written down everything I'm doing this Spooktober. So
Jaws. We're doing Jaws.
yeah, that's on the list. So we'll see what happens. But definitely, I hope you enjoyed this. And if you didn't yet, go click the other Hellraiser if you forgot. It's at the bottom. And if you want to support the show for your littlest dollar, you can vote in our Patreon poll. We have one every month. The one this month will be horror movies of some sort. So go vote horror movies. See what crap I'm being forced to watch, and you can help affect it because I'm sure it will be 4 options. I do not want to watch any of them. So
Probably.
well, it'll be because I don't pick them. I just give you guys, like, hey guys, what should I watch? And you're like, and then shit shows up, and I'm like, a lot of that.
I love when you guys pick movies.
I don't. I watch the movies I never wanted to watch.
You would have never did this if I asked you to do it.
Maybe you wouldn't ask me for this one because you never watched Hellraiser. This isn't your jam.
My jam. What is it?
I don't know. There are certain movies I will not watch. The Saw series, we ain't touching that. So
Aww.
Aw.
first one's the only one I do. I am
one's pretty good,
terrified
too.
of that franchise.
I think I fell off like 2 or 3, so I haven't seen.
I watched 2 and I was done. So
All right.
Oh.
I'm going to have to do my own limited podcast then to cover the Saw movies.
Or convince me to do it.
Can I be on it?
I will bare minimum ask you, Mike. I will bare minimum ask you to go up to at least 2 because that's at least the 2 movies that I like.
Okay, I've seen 1 and 2. I could do 1 and 2. We'll see. I mean, you guys have. It's just one of those things that I'm like, I just don't know, but maybe I could stomach them. But
He won't do it for me, but he'd do it for you guys 100% if you ask him. So ask him.
She's not wrong. Okay, one shout out my awesome intro and outro courtesy of Helena at Hell Has Fury. You can follow her on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram. You will see a link in the show notes. And want to give a shout out to Bill Tucker, the Gamer Looks at 4. You definitely go support his podcast. And want to give a shout out to the cat that's meowing in the background off and on this episode that I always leave in. Thank you, kitty. I do enjoy the kitty emails. Some are mine, some are yours, Ken. They just happen. I just leave them in. Sometimes I even amplify them. So I just enjoy it. I like kitties. What can I say? Cats are great, even when they climb on top of your Funko Pops and knock them over with their paws while staring at you because they want treats. They're
Yeah,
great
you
still.
trained her to be like that, so.
I know. I'm her bitch. I know. So, and join our Discord. You see a link in the show notes to that. And please follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Threads, Blue Sky, YouTube, audio only. I think that's everything I need to say. So we see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
So long, everyone.